Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement ceremony of the UNC Charlotte School of Architecture. My name is Blaine Brownell, Director of the School of Architecture, and it is a tremendous pleasure for me to honor my first class of graduates, the class of 2021, today. I want to extend a warm welcome to the students, their families and friends, as well as the faculty and staff of the School of Architecture. You all made it through one of the strangest and most unpredictable years in recent memory. Despite the tremendous challenges you faced, you persevered. To the class of 2021, my heartfelt congratulations. You earned it. We have an exciting program planned for you today. We will hear from Brook Muller, Dean of the College of Arts and Architecture, followed by Ken Lambla, the previous Dean of the college, and our 2021 Commencement Speaker. We will then hear from 3 student speakers, each representing a different architectural program. Emily Makas, Associate Director of the school, will then announce the graduates by name, followed by the student awards. During this webinar, we invite you to use the chat function throughout the event. Participants will be muted until the end of the program, at which time we will invite you to open your mics to congratulate the graduates and celebrate with us. I am very grateful to the many individuals who made this year and this commencement ceremony possible, including our administration, faculty, and staff. Despite the physical distance we experienced this year, we have been brought closer together in a common purpose. And now it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Brook Muller, Dean of the UNC Charlotte College of Arts and Architecture. Brook.
Thank you, Blaine. Welcome everyone to the 2021 graduation celebration of the University of North Carolina at Charlotte School of Architecture. Thank you for being with us on this important occasion, and expressions of gratitude to everyone who helped make this event possible. I extend my heartiest congratulations to you, the graduates, as well as appreciation to parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, family, children, loved ones, and friends who have offered encouragement, patience, and affection to our students. To our students, you make our learning culture what it is. For your tenacity and the asking of important questions, for your humility and your eagerness to learn. We are grateful for your persevering during this most challenging year and being part of the ground-up experiment in designing, learning, and communicating through new platforms. You are talented, fiercely creative, independent-minded, and collaborative. Collaboration and independence of expression are not incompatible, for through our engagement with one another and the larger world, we come to understand our strengths, sensibilities, and the kind of impact we might have. Architecture is at once a personal journey and a social act. So how might you think about directing your talents in a time of radical transformation, social, technological, demographic, and environmental? On the one inhabitable planet we know of, we are building the equivalent of a Manhattan every 35 days. We confront rapid urbanization, a houseless crisis, climate change, growing inequalities, water vulnerabilities, and human migration or diaspora without precedent since the Second World War. Given these realities and imperatives, I can assure you that your skills will be in incredibly high demand. So how do you position yourselves ahead for design careers? For one, please think of yourselves as lifelong and effective collaborators. It is the power of the team with diverse skill sets that will help develop the necessarily holistic design approaches so desperately needed. Related to this, think of yourselves as lifelong strivers to add to your skill sets. Just think that green building was only in its infancy but a generation ago, And this S word, sustainability, was new to our nomenclature. And now we're talking about net zero energy buildings as an emerging new norm. So this is a highly fluid professional landscape in a context of emerging tools and changing environments. So best to imagine yourselves as combining expertise and a hunger to learn more, to do more, and help more. The conceptualization of a design problem is a conceptualization of the world, of buildings and cities, histories and futures, of natures and cultures, an indicator of the sense of purposefulness or principled action founded on a sense of a higher calling, however explicit or articulated these motivating principles happen to be. So who are you helping? What channels of creative inquiry in the realms of architectural and urban design gain momentum by Pope Francis's exhortation that those with the means and the professional capacity see themselves as instruments for liberation of those less fortunate? In this celebration of all you've accomplished, we look to the possibilities that lie ahead. And truly, one of the great pleasures of being an educator is keeping in touch with former students with whom we have worked and who are following through on their convictions. Every one of you has a fascinating story to tell about how you arrived here and how the intensity of the experience prepared you to welcome surprises, take risks, seize chances, and create what matters. And I speak on behalf of all of us in telling you we cannot wait to hear from you in the coming years and to delight in your successes, for you have the skills and drive to reshape our understanding of what is possible. So please take a moment to reflect on your experiences over the years being part of the SOA community, from the time you showed up to your first class to this momentous day. I can assure you my colleagues were struck by the question you asked, but you were almost too timid to ask, and that led to an essential insight. We were compelled when you spoke with eloquence about your project, the issues you were motivated to tackle, and your dedication to producing something original. We felt pride in the way you supported your colleagues, taking the time to help a classmate who was having a major technology meltdown just prior to a major deadline. The gift you have offered is the profound awareness that enthusiasm and persistence in design open the very spaces where logic and meaning, key questions, and fitting solutions unfold. While to be sure these are times of anxiousness, you have brought an abundance of goodwill to learning that gives us great resolve, and that is why it is such an honor to celebrate your achievements, you, the School of Architecture's class of 2021, on this fine afternoon. One person who truly understands your tremendous gifts and goodwill is my predecessor, former Dean of the College of Arts and Architecture, and soon to be Emeritus Professor of Architecture, Ken Lambla. I'm honored to invite Ken to the podium and express our gratitude for his visionary leadership, born of deep felt passion for the arts and design. Thank you, Ken, for all you have done to make this crazy, wonderful experiment keep going and going strong.
Boom. Thank you, Brooke. And thank you to all the students, their families, and my colleagues. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say this was difficult. But you students have been through difficulty, and you're graduating from the School of Architecture and the College of Arts and Architecture and UNC Charlotte right now. Many of you actually do not know me, so it obviously would be tempting, probably expected of a guest speaker, for me to explain or to insist upon what you have learned and what we hope you have learned to appreciate during your time in the School of Architecture. Intellectual honesty, truth and honesty more than ever before, ability to simultaneously hold conflicting positions and opinions, integrity of purpose, social enlightenment, collaboration, humility, and curiosity, blah, blah, blah. But rather, I want to talk to you about water. No, not the same idea as your dean, whose name, Brook, is similar to a small stream. I have given many commencement speeches before, 21 to be precise. But the only commencement speech I have ever encountered that I truly value opens with the following words. There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other fish and goes, "What the hell is water?" That's from David Foster Wallace in 2005. He does not, I emphasize, he does not present this as a wise old fish story, but he is pointing to something that is absolutely necessary when human beings are in or near water. That is, paying attention. For decades, I have lived with people who play with water. My wife rose in national and regional regattas, and she once competed in a race in a rowboat from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. My daughter and her husband recently restored an old wooden sailboat from 1934 to sail the North Sea from her home in Denmark. And my son has whitewater kayaked on 6 out of 7 continents at over 40 countries. I do nothing in water. But I watch and I support my dear family in some very naive ways, and I pay attention. Water, it turns out, connects. It is the common medium for old and young fish. And this connectedness is essential to how culture is formed. There is no one way, just like there is no one architecture. The cultural anthropologist Wade Davis writes, "Every culture is a unique expression of the human imagination and heart. Each was a unique answer to a fundamental question. What does it mean to be human and alive?" When asked that question, humanity responds in 7,000 different languages, voices that collectively comprise our repertoire for dealing with all the challenges that will confront us as a species. The key word here is response, which is something I do hope you have learned something about through your architectural education with us. I have learned that architecture exists in 3 forms, if you will. One is the primacy of self, the architect, the conceptualist. One is the offering of a physical building, environment, a shelter, and gathering place to ponder as a gift. And one, lastly, is the full appearance of the material object to occupy with heart and mind, enshrine and consider. Each form and each transition between forms depends on human imagination, as referenced above in the quote by Wade Davis. And yet it is this very imagination that is often most mistrusted or explained away through trivial excuses like function or money or data. Each of these forms also depends on your grasp of the disciplines in architecture: materiality, light, criticism, dialogue. These are the reference points that you have learned that you collect along the way. The water. So paying attention to water is the essential challenge and your commitment when you ultimately call yourself an architect. inasmuch as this is my final commencement talk here at UNC Charlotte, I want to describe what commitments I have tried to make over the past 38 years, the things that I've tried to pay attention to. There's just 3, so bear with me. 1, I never came to Charlotte to stay here for my career, but I did pay attention to the opportunities, and I enjoyed working on the move, not settled. I kept 2 quotes nearby at all times. One was from the artist Robert Rauschenberg, printed in the New York Times, and it goes, "Being correct is never the point. I have an almost fanatically correct assistant, and by the time she respells my words and corrects my punctuation, I can't read what I wrote. Being right can stop all the momentum of a very interesting idea." The second quote that I kept nearby was given to me by my daughter when she was in high school. It is from the British writer known by the pen name Saki, and it says something quite simple. Quote, "A little inaccuracy sometimes saves a ton of explanation." I tried to teach myself how to pay attention to the essence of an idea in all its simplicity, ambiguity, and effect on a diversity of human beings. Number 2, learning a discipline takes patience, but it also takes presence. That ability to look carefully at the person across the way from you and the place you are in. Not the next thing you might have to do. I have done very, very little by myself without looking at the people I am surrounded by at all times. I'm deeply indebted to these people, many of whom I will miss engaging with on a regular basis. Sauda, Wong, Swisher, Bennett, Nelson, Snyder, Walters, West, Carlson Reddick, Hunter, Makas, Samuels, Cabral Saxon Company, Parker, Langston, McLean, Gray, Gamez, Jarrett, Friedrich, and even Thaddeus. And many more, many, many more. 38 years is a long time. Now we have Brook and Blaine. More importantly, however, was what I tried to pay attention to with every single student. They spoke 7,000 languages, almost. And our students have created a culture of caring, sharing, and attentiveness. This is where the water is the deepest. Number 3, so what the hell is water? Water teaches you to really care about the other people and where you are at the moment, and to cherish the small gestures in our lives that can lead you to truly exceptional work, if you were willing to pay attention to them. These 2 young fish could not possibly have answered that question without each other. Being in or on the water requires care. Pay attention. A slight shift of your hips in a rapid can cause you to lose your line. This can lead to more than just a headache. You came to the School of Architecture as one person. You are graduating as many people, both figuratively and literally. I do hope it was fun at times. I know it was difficult at times. I also know you are graduating having lived through this strange pandemic time, and I respect your resilience. You have learned a discipline that fundamentally respects people of color and difference and opines of its contributions to the communities that we live in, that water that I have been speaking about. Do good work. please. And let us know when you do, because a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Lastly, I wish to thank every single one of you. I appreciate how you've paid attention to me. Now we will hear from our students.
Good afternoon. My name is Christina Kavanaugh, and for the next few minutes, I am going to try and provide you all with a glimpse into the last 5 years of architecture school, one of the greatest and at times seemingly impossible experiences you can have. The path that we've chosen has not been an easy one. We've spent 5 years pushing ourselves further than ever before, drawing until we can't see straight, modeling until our fingers go numb, and often sacrificing sleep to just get a project done. But despite all the challenges, we've come out on the other side as better designers and better, stronger people. I still remember the beginning of first year, walking into the building, not knowing what was to come. For me, it was intimidating, sitting among all my classmates, assuming everyone around me knew what to expect and what exactly to do. I soon learned that that wasn't entirely true, and many of us were alike in trying to decipher the assignments we had been given and just do the best we possibly could. And then it all became a part of the routine. It wasn't that things got mundane or any easier, but we got more comfortable being uncomfortable, and we started to grow as individuals and as a class. In a lot of ways, this past year has been similar. The year started with a lot of confusion, with the 6 of us not knowing what studio had in store for us, but also not knowing if we'd ever walk back into stores again. On top of all that, we were met with an incredibly challenging and fast-paced semester, focusing on things that were in a lot of ways completely new to us. But we were lucky to have Liz helping us figure it all out in both BSI and in studio, along with all of our classmates who are always there to bounce ideas off of. And then we made it to our final semester and things were totally different. I felt a bit like I was in first year again, trying to figure out all the right things to do. But this time, there were no truly right answers. And I'm sure I'm not alone in having Eric remind me in almost every studio meeting that I won't get everything right, and that's okay. And now, 2 semesters later, we've made it to the end and we're ready to graduate. In the past few weeks, and days especially, I've asked myself, am I really ready to graduate? Have I learned everything that I need to learn? And will I be able to handle it? But then I look back on those early days in first year, and then what this past year has been, and I know that while I won't have every answer, I've been prepared to find the answers because of the experiences I've had over the past 5 years. I asked some of my classmates to share with me what stood out to them over the course of their time here. And I was met with many amazing memories, from late nights in studio breaking out into song, to being there for one another when things got tough. Most of us started as strangers, but over time we became a family. And that family became stronger throughout the years. From the moments outside of stores, like the yearly field trips with seemingly endless walking tours in Washington, Chicago, and Seattle, and the even longer, infamous wall walk in Rome, to the moments inside of stores, like making wire hands and planning a Viking funeral in first year, making wearables and model wall sections in second year, and designing shadow boxes and building robots in third year. Last week, I visited stores for the first time in quite a while, and when I walked up, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. Something just felt strangely off. But as soon as I walked through those doors, I felt right back at home, and all of those memories came right back to mind. It's funny looking back, it all seems so arbitrary. We all came here for different reasons that just so happened to align in time. But what this school has taught me is that no matter how you get there or where you end up, human beings have a miraculous gift to make that place home. And with that, I'd like to thank my classmates for inspiring me to keep going every day and to keep pushing myself to be the best I possibly could be. I can't wait to see all the amazing things you will all achieve in the future. But in the meantime, I hope you remember you will always have a bit of home here in Charlotte and your architecture family standing by your side.
To my fellow graduating class of 2021, you've made it. Although we are gathered here today through Zoom, I'm excited and would like to congratulate each and every one of you on graduating. Your hard work and perseverance has led you to this day. Whether it has been 3, 4, or more years of excruciating spiritual and mental challenges, you can now take a deep breath and enjoy this very moment, for it is yours. And my fellow graduates, let me remind you that this is not the end. A long journey still awaits us, and each one of us has a separate path with places to be and goals to accomplish. I know for sure that when I look back, these memorable moments made at the School of Architecture will remind me of why I must keep going and keep trying until I win the Pritzker Architecture Prize. Speaking of which, let me tell you a story of a young man who came from the Oriental lands of Asia and traveled through the vast oceans of the Pacific, by American Airlines of course, to accomplish his dreams as an architect in the Western lands. Like every story, let me start off with: once upon a time in the year of 2017, after graduating undergrad with a bachelor's degree in architecture, a young man was hungry for more than what his island could offer. After looking through the pretty images and buildings on the internet, he decided to pursue a career in America. Before coming here, self-doubt always shrouded his mind, for there are many things to consider before leaving, whether it would be family, money, or even being accepted to a university. But luckily, the School of Architecture at UNCC accepted his application, and the government had this lending program called FAFSA. All was set and the young man booked his ticket to fly 8,200 miles away from home. He was excited and looking forward to what opportunities America has to offer. And let me tell you, he will never forget tasting salted pretzels dipped in melted cheese at the airport. God bless America. After that, he began his 3-year journey at the School of Architecture, meeting amazing friends, classmates, and faculty that made his life much more interesting and exciting than he had ever anticipated. His life was filled with a variety of experiences, although there were also times where he would doubt whether this path was right for him and whether he was doing enough. It was in those times where the people next to him gave him comfort and encouraged him to keep on going. Life was great, even though sometimes stressful, but great. In the year 2020, the pandemic hit. The world was on lockdown and he began the second half of his education, sitting in a room with 2 computer screens, logging on and off every day to go to class, and living in the same room for a good amount of time. The days of sitting in stores working on models, walking to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and rushing to the print lab before closing times were long gone. The only thing he would want is to experience it once again with his fellow colleagues. But life does not always give you what you want, and it is your choice to make it better. For now, it is the end of this man's academic career at UNCC, and he is proud to represent as student speaker for the class of 2021. A chapter may have ended, but a new one will unfold. I hope this story inspires each and every one of you on what hard work and perseverance can lead you to. No matter what circumstances and self-doubt you may have from time to time, never giving up is what makes us stronger and allows us to continue to grow. Each one of you is unique, and there are different methods and ways to not only achieve your goals, but also inspire those around you to become better people. Some of you, from this day forward, may be working or looking for a job, deciding to continue your path in obtaining a higher degree in education, or even taking a nice long break and enjoying the graduate life. I would like to remind and urge each and every one of you to use this degree and knowledge that you have obtained to influence and shape the world for a better future for everyone, no matter how difficult or challenging it could be. I would like to end with a quote by the author Teodoro Costava. When life gives you lemons, take out the salt and the shot glasses and fill them up with tequila. Fight for what you really want and never ever settle for anything less. Don't exist, live. Cheers.
Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, and a big hello and congratulations to the School of Architecture's undergraduate graduating class of 2021. We have successfully completed the degree requirements for the Bachelor of Arts in Architecture. We did it, everyone. Not only is this a moment for us, but a moment in history. We have graduated during a worldwide pandemic, something none of us ever imagined. 2020 and 2021 had adversities that none of us could have planned for, but the undergraduate class of 2021 is a hardworking class that showed resilience, perseverance, and adaptability. Be proud of yourself and be proud of each other. We have done a lot together. We have studied together, worked together, and traveled together. We have gone from working in stores to traveling to Washington, D.C., Chicago, Illinois, and Seattle, Washington. And I even had the opportunity to travel internationally with some of you to Tokyo, Japan. Now, I will introduce myself. Mi nombre es Dante Rafael Gil Rivas, and I am honored as the student selected among my classmates to represent our graduating class. Because of you, I have the opportunity to prepare a 5-minute speech about the gym. You played yourself. What else did you think that the speech was going to be about? Okay, before you panic, the speech is not about the gym, but things that I learned in the gym that I believe are applicable to us regardless of the path that we take. Some of us will pursue a professional degree, others will work, some will do both, and some will have alternative plans. 3 overall things I want to address in my speech that the gym has taught me: self-discipline, consistency, and getting out your comfort zone. I understand that these are cliche sayings, but I genuinely believe when someone applies all these principles in their lives, it would lead to success. Some of you know of what I have accomplished and others do not. I will share some moments in my life in which I took these principles seriously so you know my words aren't empty. I will show a few images to validate what I say. What I will show does not directly cover what I want to address, but exists in some way, shape, or form. To the left is an image of when I attended the University of Oregon in 2015 for a summer architecture academy. I was 17 at the time. The image to the right is me successfully completing the courses. Why do I show these images? Because 6 years later, this is a moment in my life that still affects me to this day, even when I applied to grad school. When it comes to making decisions, I tell myself, let me do things in which my future self will thank my past self. 23-year-old Dante thanks 17-year-old Dante. As you move on to the next chapters in your life, be aware of the decisions you make for yourself. Not every moment will have an immediate payback, but someday down the line, it may pop up. And when it does, you will thank yourself. These series of images are when I was told no in my life, and if I listened, I probably would not be here with you because it would have affected everything up to this point. In 2015, I was denied from entering an early college program due to my GPA. I made some mistakes. I asked, is there anything I can do to prove that I can handle the workload? I was told if I took a placement test and scored well, I could get in. Guess what? I got in. Do not accept no as an answer until you've exhausted all your options. I will say no is acceptable once you have absolutely, without question, have tried everything in your power. Also, in this story, I made a mistake. We will make mistakes, but don't let it define you. We are not perfect, we are human. Some of you may know I've been accepted to 8 various MArch programs in the United States and the recipient of various scholarships. But you know what else? I've also been rejected. I literally got a rejection yesterday at the time of recording this. Rejection is okay. It is not the end of the world. Some rejections are harder than others, but when it does happen, brush it off, try again, or try something else. Some of you may wonder, when do the principles come back in? Well, the principles are broad, but it's up to you to make it specific to your story, to your legacy. And I quote the musical Hamilton. Legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. We are the new wave. We are the new generation. I will finish with some quick points. Live a fulfilled life, whatever that means to you. Do not under any circumstance have any regrets for not doing what you want to do. If you truly want something, you must actively chase it because it would not passively come by. We will face more future adversities, and when those moments come, stay strong, bend but don't break. And don't make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. This is where we started, and this is how we finish, until Saturday. Remember all that we have learned at stores. I am proud of everyone and the accomplishments we have all done, and I'm excited for where we will go next. These past 4 years have been some of the most memorable moments of my life because of everyone. As much as we have waited for this day to come, it is a bittersweet feeling. Do not be strangers. Some of you know I'll be moving to Houston, Texas, so that means you have a home in Houston. Probably not a bed, but you will have a couch. And I say this one more time.
Congratulations to the undergraduating class of 2021.
Thank you, students. Next, I would like to welcome Emily Makas, Associate Director of the School of Architecture, to proceed with the reading of names.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, as Blaine said, I'm Emily Makas, the Associate Director of the School of Architecture. I have the great pleasure of presenting to you the SOA's 2021 graduates. Let's get started. We will begin with our graduate students, starting with our design computation students. Our first student is earning dual Master of Science in Architecture and Master of Science in Information Technology degrees. Argavan Ibrahimi. Argavan is continuing at UNC Charlotte in the PhD program in Computing and Information with a concentration in Software and Information Systems. Now for our dual degree DesComp students earning the Professional Master of Architecture as well as the Master of Science in Information Technology. Fernando Claudio Rodriguez. Fernando will be joining the School of Architecture faculty as a teaching fellow next fall, as well as working towards licensure at a firm. Ashkan Rodnia. Ashkan will be working as a computational designer at CBT Architects in Boston. We turn now to our student earning the dual degree Master of Architecture and Master of Urban Design, Blake M. Wetherington. Blake wants to road trip out west and move to Austin. Now for our students earning our Professional Master of Architecture degree, Shelby E. Adair. Shelby will be working for McMillan Pasden Smith Architecture. Negar Amini. Negar hopes to begin working as an architect and to travel a lot. Antonio V. Barnes. Antonio is an architectural designer at Neighboring Concepts in Charlotte. Spencer Bauer. Spencer plans to begin working in architecture, gain experience, and forge a path towards a successful career. Brianna Boyd. Bree plans to go wherever the wind blows her. Alejandra Cazar Rodriguez. Alex will be starting an internship with Morphosis in Los Angeles. Sarah Chafee. Sarah hopes to begin a job soon. Cayman Cook. Cayman will be working with a small firm in Raleigh, designing homes and renovating historic buildings. Michaela Crandall. Michaela is excited for what's to come, especially some traveling. Patty Davis. Patty's plans include employment, licensure, and backyard barbecues. Mackenzie Anani Elam. Mackenzie will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte pursuing a master's in urban design. Chad Ellie. Chad will be working as an architectural designer with A.M. King. Sarah Gabrielle Feiner. Sarah's immediate plans are to go to Disney World. Lindy L. Fredericks. Lindy plans to travel and experience life beyond school and then find a job in a diverse firm where she can continue learning. Jordan Garza. Jordan will be working for an architecture firm in Columbia, South Carolina. Teddy A. Gordet. Teddy will be working for BB&M Architecture in Charlotte. Stephen Grotz. Stephen will be joining Simonini Homes in Charlotte as their first step to transitioning to a design build company. Keely Hager. Keely will be working with LS3P in Charlotte and will start producing more art for commissions. Haley Helms. Haley will be part of a team starting a new office for Cone Architecture here in Charlotte. Alexis Jones. Alexis will be working as a designer with general contractors who customize homes around Charlotte. Griffin Lichtenfeld. Griffin plans to begin full-time architectural employment. Shuling Ching. Ling will begin working with Stephen and Connors Architects in Charlotte. Devin Christopher Lockhart. Devin plans to begin an architectural drafting position. Abigail Loftus. Abigail is actively searching for employment. Brian Lungi. Brian will be working at 505 Design in Boulder, Colorado. Daniel Stephen Lutarwich. Daniel will be working as an architectural intern at Southview Studios in Fort Myers, Florida. Rick Liu. Rick will be working as an intern architect at BB&M Architecture in Charlotte. Matthew Taylor Marflake. Matthew will be starting as an intern architect at McMillan Pasden Smith Architecture here in Charlotte. Christopher Meza. Christopher plans to travel after graduation. Davis Burke Millard. Davis will be working with Walter, Robs, Callahan, and Pierce in Winston-Salem. Anthony William Murphy. Anthony will be working at ODA Architecture in Charlotte. Tia Nicole Neal. Tia is actively searching for an internship or position with an architectural firm. Meredith Nortz. Meredith will be working for McMillan Paston Smith Architecture. Stephen Corbett Nuttall. Stephen participated in the Integrated Path to Architectural License program and has completed his architect registration examinations. He will graduate with his architectural license and continue working at HDR in Charlotte, where he completed his IPAL internship. Kaylee Ulbrich Daniels. Kaylee looks forward to pursuing an architectural career. Laurette M. Parella. Laurette is moving back to New York to pursue her real estate license, renovate her mother's house, and find a job where she can focus on intersections of psychology and architecture. Kayati N. Patel. Kayati plans to travel to California and is on the search for a job. Aaron R. Perrell. Aaron will be working with ADW Architects in Charlotte in the education studio designing elementary schools. Daniel E. Rojas Fernandez. Daniel will be working with Redline Design Group in Charlotte. Danielle Nicole Scasia. Danny will be working for Smith Slovic Residential Design Group in Charlotte. Jack Nelson Chappelle. Jack will be working at Boomerang Design in Charlotte pursuing architectural licensure. Elvie Sumner. Elvie wants to get some traveling in and start her career with Little Diversified in Charlotte. Trevor Vanucci. Trevor's goal is a job. Lindsay Allen Weaver. Lindsay will be starting as an architectural designer at SGA Narmore Wright Design in Charlotte. Amir Zarinrad. Amir will be starting his career at BB&M Architecture in Charlotte. Now for the presentation of graduates who have earned their professional Bachelor of Architecture degree. Austin Farr. Austin wants to work and travel more. Wesley Flippin. Wesley plans to become an airport architect. Shreya Gupta. Shreya will be starting a full-time position at McMillan Paston Smith Architects in Charlotte. Anna Hare. Anna will be working for Lindsay Architecture in Greensboro. Christina Kavanaugh. Christina will be working at Argari Lovino Architects in New Jersey. Justin Martinez. Justin plans to take a road trip to the Salk Institute. Now for the presentation of graduates who have earned the degree Bachelor of Arts in Architecture. Michael Allen. Michael will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Noor Awadallah, cum laude. Noor is traveling to Jordan this summer and will return to look for a job and hopes to study Islamic architecture in graduate school. Eduardo Valderas Gonzalez. Eduardo's immediate plans are vacation, working hard, and finding a graduate school. Isabella Barrios Silva. Isabella's plans are to travel and then work hard. Christopher Jacob Brian Bayless. Christopher is also graduating with a minor in architectural history and criticism. He will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte pursuing dual master degrees in architecture and urban design. Kyle Michael Broadfear. Kyle will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Milo Kane. Milo is moving to Chicago looking for a job and hoping to start grad school there next year. Camila Carrera. Camila is also graduating with a minor in Operations and Supply Chain Management. Camila will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing, seeks LEED Green Associate accreditation, and will continue working in healthcare architecture with Wright McGraw Beyer Architects. Francisco Herman Serran Maza. Francisco will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Isaias Chavez. Isaias's goals are finding a job and traveling. Garrett Marshall DeMars, magna cum laude. Garrett is also graduating with honors in arts and architecture. He will be taking his AREs and working full-time for Progressive AE next year, where he has interned as part of the Integrated Path to Licensure program. Garrett plans to pursue the Master in Architecture Advanced Standing the following year. Sage Duffy. Sage will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Carson Edwards, cum laude. Carson will be working at Furman Architects in Wilmington. Jake Froning, magna cum laude. Jake is also graduating with a minor in Architectural History and Criticism. Jake will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Amelia Gates, cum laude. Amelia will be pursuing a Master of Architecture at Yale University next year. Dante Rafael Gil Rivas, cum laude. Dante is also graduating with a minor in Urban Studies and with honors in Arts and Architecture. Dante will be pursuing a Master of Architecture at Rice University with a full tuition waiver. Ridab Glal. Ridab is also graduating with a minor in Psychology. Ridab will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Sierra Grant, cum laude. Sierra will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture, as well as continuing to work for Studio Dickey as a research assistant. Hannah Elizabeth Guffey, cum laude. Hannah will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture, as well as interning at Smith Slovic Residential Design Group in Charlotte. Sebastian Corrado, cum laude. Sebastian's plans include working at an architecture firm with possibilities of going to grad school in the future. Nicholas Jensen, magna cum laude. Nick will be running his own mid-century and vintage furniture business. Erin Marie Kennedy, cum laude. Erin is also graduating with a minor in Urban Youth and Communities. Erin will be starting her Master in Architecture at NC State University, as well as interning at Smith Slovic Residential Design Group in Charlotte. Matt Legato. Matt is also graduating with a minor in Urban Studies. Matt will be starting the Master of Urban Design program here at UNC Charlotte. Emma Leinberger, cum laude. Emma is also graduating with minors in both History and Architectural History and Criticism. Emma will be starting a Master of Architectural History at the University of Virginia with support from a merit-based award. Natalie Lopez. Natalie is looking for a job. Emmanuel Martin, cum laude. Emmanuel will be starting a Master of Architecture at the University of Colorado at Denver, where he was awarded a scholarship to travel to Japan. Seja Marzuk, cum laude. Seja plans to start working in architecture. Will Merrigan, magna cum laude. Will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Arik Sush Miguel, magna cum laude. Arik is also graduating with a minor in Religious Studies. Arik will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Michael Miles, cum laude. Michael will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Leah Mitchum, cum laude. Leah is also graduating with a minor in Chinese. Leah reports that her next pursuit is nuclear engineering. Katia Olivencia Raymond. Katia plans to stay in Charlotte and begin working. Ria Patel. Ria is also graduating with a minor in Architectural History and Criticism. Ria will be looking for a job as an architectural intern in Charlotte and plans on attending graduate school next year. Paige Pelletier, cum laude. Paige will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing and continuing her internship for DLR Group. Angel Quishby Vasquez, cum laude. Angel will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master of Architecture. Hector Rubio. Hector is also graduating with a minor in Latin American Studies. Hector plans to take a big vacation, work, and then study abroad. Kelsey Renee Samuel. Kelsey will be attending Boston Architectural College for a Master of Design for Human Health. Bradley Seckler, cum laude. Bradley will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Nick Strum, cum laude. Nick will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Seamus Sullivan. Seamus is looking for a job. Hunter Elman Thurlow, cum laude. Hunter is also graduating with a minor in Architectural History and Criticism and with honors in Arts and Architecture. Hunter will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Benjamin Ryan Tillotson, cum laude. Ryan will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in architecture advanced standing. Shelby Whitehash. Shelby will be moving to Boise, Idaho to start work. Aiden Brooks Townsend Williams. Aiden's goal after graduation is to find a firm that fits. Elijah Willis. Elijah wants to find a job after graduation. Samuel Woods, cum laude. Sam is also graduating with minors in urban studies and architectural history and criticism. He will be continuing here at UNC Charlotte for a Master in Architecture Advanced Standing. Congratulations to the UNC Charlotte School of Architecture's class of 2021.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. And now I will join Dr. Makas to announce this year's student awards. First up is the AIA Henry Adams Medal, which is awarded to a professional degree student in the BArch and MArch programs with the highest top-ranked cumulative grade point average and who has embodied general excellence in their time in the School of Architecture. The 2021 Master of Architecture Adams Medal goes to Rick Liu.
A remarkable 16 master's students are on track to graduate with a 4.0 grade point average this semester, making this award extra hard to determine this year. However, Rick not only excelled in every class over 3.5 years, but also embodied general excellence as a teaching assistant, research assistant, scholarship and practice recipient, and as a citizen of the School of Architecture. Congratulations, Rick.
The 2021 Bachelor of Architecture Adams Medal goes to Christina Kavanaugh.
Christina is on track to graduate with a 4.0 grade point average, the highest in the Bachelor of Architecture graduating class, and has certainly embodied excellence in the past year. Congratulations, Christina.
The Alpha Rho Chi Bronze Medal is awarded to a fifth year and graduate student for leadership, service, and merit. The 2021 Master of Architecture Medal goes to Danielle Nicole Scasia.
Danny has provided leadership for the Master of Architecture Student Society for years and organized multiple successful and stimulating critical mass graduate student conferences. She's been a tireless advocate for graduate students and liaison with the School of Architecture faculty and administration. She worked with classmates to build an online portal for all SOA students to connect and share expertise during the pandemic and beyond. She's done so much for the SOA and all while excelling as a student. Congratulations, Danny.
The 2021 Bachelor of Architecture Medal goes to Christina Kavanaugh.
Christina has taken on an informal leadership role in the past year within the small Bachelor of Architecture cohort and has been a contributing citizen of the School of Architecture for much longer. Congratulations, Christina.
The ARCC King Student Medal for Excellence in Architectural and Environmental Research is awarded to one student per ARCC member school who demonstrates innovation, integrity, and scholarship in architectural and/or environmental design research. The 2021 ARCC King Student Medal goes to Ashkan Radnia.
Ashkan's research throughout his time at the School of Architecture has been extraordinary. He has contributed to faculty research efforts across our faculty and labs. His thesis developed a neural network to serve as a recommender system suggesting the most suitable commands for a BIM user, enabling improved and efficient workflows and enforcement of best modeling practices. This research extended his studies into new territory and offers a glimpse into how architects might be working at firms in the near future. Congratulations, Ashkan.
The Best Architectural Design Project is awarded to a fifth-year project that displays outstanding resolution of program, site, aesthetic, material, building technology, and representational issues. The 2021 Best Architectural Design Project Award goes to Christina Kavanaugh.
Christina used her final design project to focus on the issues of women's prisons, approaching this work both from an ethnographic and architectural perspective. She consulted with experts from criminal justice and with a prominent architect with a national reputation for research and engagement with this issue. Her in-depth research led her to a questioning of the dominant models of prison facilities and to the design of a new prototype for prisons that engages with the inmates in ways that lead to positive outcomes. Congratulations again, Christina.
The Best Architectural Diploma Project is awarded to a graduate diploma project that establishes a challenging or innovative line of inquiry in which the student engages rigorous design methodologies, critical experimentation, and an exemplary level of craft to communicate the social, cultural, and material implications of the project. The Best Architectural Diploma Project Award goes to Meredith Nortz.
Meredith's thoughtfully approached, well-designed, and beautifully executed project proposes changes to Charlotte's relationship to its water sources. Wastewater generated by a bottling company is harnessed to create a hydrotherapeutic commons of health in the form of a public bath, connecting the Thomasboro-Hopkins neighborhood to the previously hidden waterway of Stewart's Creek. Congratulations, Meredith.
The Best Architectural Research Thesis is awarded to a graduate student based upon innovation, integrity, and scholarship in digital, historical, urban, and/or environmental scholarly research. The 2021 Best Architectural Research Thesis Award goes to Fernando Claudio Rodriguez.
Fernando's thesis leveraged his keen understanding of building systems and his computational skills to improve the architectural workflow so that environmental and ecological issues can be easily studied and integrated into building design. His thesis applied generative machine learning algorithms to compute highly accurate airflow simulations at a fraction of the time and with no model prep. This new computational technique makes it easier for designers with little expertise to better inform their design decision making and improve passive conditioning in their projects. Congratulations, Fernando.
The Edward Allen Student Award is the highest honor given by the Building Technology Educators Society, recognizing students who over their academic career have demonstrated commitment, passion, curiosity, and excellence in the integration of building technology and architectural design. The 2021 Allen Student Award goes to Stephen Groats.
Stephen is a talented designer, is curious about detail and assembly, and has been generous with his time helping other students in the integrated curriculum. He has demonstrated excellence in integrating architectural technology and building systems into his design projects throughout his architectural education. Congratulations, Stephen.
The Graduate Interdisciplinary Research Award has been established to recognize the increasing level of collaboration and advanced research between School of Architecture faculty and PhD students across UNC Charlotte and its impact on the discipline of architecture. The inaugural Interdisciplinary Research Award goes to Okyun Im.
Okyun has worked collaboratively in the IDRL and is dedicated to improving the built environment through his design science research on high-performance kinetic facades. He is receiving his doctorate in infrastructure and environmental systems, has co-authored 7 peer-reviewed publications, and presented 5 conference papers. He has been a regular part of the School of Architecture, serving as a teaching assistant for BSI and offering assistance to students in other tech courses with performance simulation workshops, troubleshooting sessions, and project reviews. Congratulations, Dr. Im.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Architectural Representation is awarded to an undergraduate and graduate student who's demonstrated excellence in the exploration and use of representation as a generative tool of architectural design as a body of work. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Architectural Representation goes to Daniel Stephen Lutarwich.
Daniel effectively employed strong, clear, and consistent visual techniques throughout his courses, including in his diploma project, in which he demonstrates the potential of repurposing Victor Gruen's abandoned Northland Center Mall in Detroit into a low-rise, high-density farm-to-table trailer park community. Daniel is extraordinarily thoughtful and talented, yet thoroughly modest and humble about his work. Congratulations, Daniel.
The 2021 Undergraduate Award for Excellence in Architectural Representation goes to Amelia Gates.
Amelia's design and representational skills are exceptional and have been demonstrated across her coursework for years, including in her final studio project, in which she and her partner proposed a recyclable, portable polycarbonate house that questioned the ways we materialize architecture. Amelia has developed a unique sensibility to drawing and representing her work. Her ephemeral and highly crafted drawings are beyond beautiful. They are original. Congratulations, Amelia.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Architectural History is awarded to an undergraduate and graduate student who have demonstrated consistent excellence in the exploration of the critical role of history. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Architectural History goes to Elvie Sumner.
In all her history coursework, Elvie combined archival research and close observation of buildings, resulting in thoughtful, insightful, and original papers. Elvie's diploma project explored the fragmentation of memory and passage of time in a subterranean museum connected to the subway in San Francisco. As a teaching assistant for multiple history and theory courses over multiple years, she contributed broadly to the exploration of the role of history in the SOA by developing projects, providing meaningful feedback and resources, and steering student engagement. Congratulations, Elvie.
The 2021 Undergraduate Award for Excellence, as you can see here, in Architectural History goes to Emma Lineberger.
Emma has demonstrated curiosity, creativity, and dedication in her architectural history coursework and directed independent historical research. She has developed an area of research focus on the interconnections of the built environment and identities and communities, including explorations of cities on the French-German border. She has minors in both history and architectural history, has been a key member of the Freelon exhibition research team, and has presented her work at 2 undergraduate research conferences. Congratulations, Emma.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Architectural Technology is awarded to an undergraduate and graduate project notable for their exploration of sustainable design and the creative development of building envelopes and systems. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Architectural Technology goes to Ashkan Radnia.
Ashkan has demonstrated a high level of excellence in integrating multiple architectural technologies into his education. He is a thoughtful maker who creatively and consistently explores the resolution of his projects by intuitively representing the essence of technology in his designs. He is a talented designer who is curious about computation, visualization, and the future. His comprehensive studio project won the 3rd place in steel competition by ACSA. Congratulations, Ashkan.
The 2021 Undergraduate Award for Excellence in Architectural Technology goes to Garrett Marshall DeMars.
Garrett has demonstrated an unquenchable appetite for learning in general, and specifically for the making of architecture. He is passionate about conservation, sustainability, and the environment. He delights in detail, material, and assembly of similar or disparate fragments in service of technical resolution and excellence in architectural design. He is relentless in his efforts to infuse technology into the creative process of making the sublime in architecture. Congratulations, Garrett.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Digital Design is awarded to an undergraduate and graduate project notable for successful engagement of architecture through computational design methodologies. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Digital Design goes to Amir Zarenrad.
For his diploma project, Amir was inspired by concepts of interactive storytelling and mechanical computation, such as logic gates, and designed museum galleries with transformable inflatable roofs that change sizes by pneumatically increasing or decreasing the amount of air they contain. The transformation is influenced by people's presence as well as influences their preferences, turning the museum into an architectural manifestation of a mechanical computer. Amir's work advances computational design not only by using digital tools to design, but moreover to conceive design as a computational medium. Congratulations, Amir.
The 2021 Undergraduate Award for Excellence in Digital Design goes to Michael Allen.
Michael has shown an earnest interest in computational design, not only through the study of new formal languages, but also as a means for simulating conditions of our environments. His work is on the bleeding edge of technological applications in architectural design and production. Congratulations, Michael.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Urbanism is awarded to graduate project notable for its successful physical and cultural intervention within urban landscapes and infrastructures. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Urbanism goes to Stephen Grotz.
Stephen has been committed to engaging urban issues at multiple scales, including building, block, neighborhood, and city. In his design work and research, he has taken on contemporary urban conditions, including transportation, affordable housing, and environmental systems. He has been an important partner in the urban research of the City Building Lab and a contributor to the City of Charlotte's urban discourse. Congratulations, Stephen.
The Faculty Award for Excellence in Critical Exploration is awarded to an undergraduate and graduate project notable for the speculative nature, their methods, content, and product as a body of work. The 2021 Graduate Award for Excellence in Critical Exploration goes to Sarah Feiner.
Sarah personifies motivated and driven and a few other superlatives. In addition to being remarkably generous with her time and energy, serving the school through AIAS and participating extensively in recruitment and outreach, she has put together a body of work through her time in the SOA that is characteristically rigorous, thoughtful, and well executed. Sarah has made the most of her education, and her work demonstrates the synthesis of components that define our program. Her work really represents our aspirations as a school. Congratulations, Sarah.
The 2021 Undergraduate Award for Excellence in Critical Exploration goes to Nick Sturm.
Nick's work has been exemplary throughout his entire time in the SOA. The work he has done has been critically conceived and imaginative, thorough, and executed with degrees of precision and craft that are chilling. He is a generous person and has been a delight to have as a student, a remarkable combination of self-determination and a team player. We would be delighted to have a few cloned copies of Nick in the building. Congratulations, Nick.
Congratulations to all the amazing 2021 School of Architecture Graduation Award winners.
And congratulations again to all the UNC Charlotte School of Architecture class of 2021.
Recipients can pick up their certificates at the School of Architecture office. Be on the lookout for an email with details. Class of 2021, it is my pleasure to recognize you now as UNC Charlotte alumni. You are now part of a distinguished and growing network of leaders and field shapers influencing the future of architecture, urban design, and related fields. Next year, as architecture celebrates its 50th anniversary at UNC Charlotte, our alumni accomplishments will be half a century strong. We invite you to join us in the celebration of this significant milestone. In the coming months, as you reflect on your last year at UNC Charlotte, I encourage you to focus on your successes amid the struggle. Think of all you have accomplished, how much you have learned since your first day of class, how you found a way to meet challenging deadlines, how you pushed yourselves to achieve more than you thought possible, how you exerted the time and effort to help others along the way, and how you navigated the often competing pressures of study, work, and family commitments under a cloud of uncertainty and risk. Such achievements are commendable during normal times. During a worldwide pandemic, they're nothing short of remarkable. So as you come to appreciate your impressive capabilities in a time of duress, think of all you will accomplish in the better times ahead. And now, we invite you all to unmute and celebrate with us. Congratulations, class of 2021.